So you can, according to the calculator that Robbie Mitchnick built, it said that the same XRP could be used up to 10 times per day to settle transactions. They're going to be using it, right? So they're going to have to send it to somebody else to be able to settle a transaction. And all these institutions will be sending it back and forth to settle transactions. And you need a treasury of XRP to be able to do that. If you don't have XRP, then you can't settle transactions to anybody else. So I think a lot of them are escrowed. A lot of them are in the escrow and in the NDAs and in the undisclosed contracts that Ripple has. There's 1,700 undisclosed contracts that Ripple has for pre-negotiated sales of XRP. Anything that's settling international payments or has to hold multiple currencies to be able to pay their employees, all those companies, I think, will hold a large amount of XRP to be able to settle transactions cross-border, and will likely launch, stablecoins, privatized stablecoins for their companies, also all held and used on the XRPL to be interoperable with XRP. So, and there's some other mechanisms, right? Like you could be holding it in your treasury. You could have huge unrealized losses like Bank of America, and you need that to shore up your balance sheet. That would be another reason to buy a bunch of XRP now before price appreciation happened. Maybe you want to use it in liquidity pools to be able to generate returns for your company and your treasury or your country. I think that the US government could, take a large portion of Ripple's escrow and put that to work in liquidity pools and AMMs and generate some pretty significant returns. Yeah, there's a plethora of reasons that you might purchase a bunch of XRP. You want to have your own stash, right, to be able to execute transactions and also have it for your treasury to be able to offset, debts, borrow against it, as lines of credit. I think it'll be a tier 1 asset in the banking system. It's going to provide people that are holding large amounts of XRP. You're going to have access to stuff and recourse and resources that average people are almost never had on the other side of price appreciation.